Hi guys! I'm just going to film my skincare routine video. It was requested by a person that's been messaging me, so here it goes. Right, this is in the morning. What I do is I wash my face in the shower. I just find it to be, it's quick and it's done. And I either use the Garnier, or it's the Neutrogena Visibly Clear 2-in-1 face wash, or the Clinique Liquid Facial Mild Soap. I have been using this since I used it all the way through sixth form and in my first and second year while at university, and it's still a product I'm still using now, how many years on. This is a really good product to keep your skin clear. It's non-drying, and just for reference, I have combination skin and it is really sensitive, my skin. So it helps to keep your skin clear. It's not drying, it's not too harsh, and it is a mask. On the back of the bottle it does stipulate just to keep the mask on for 5 minutes. However, this is something I do and I don't advocate for anyone else to do it. It's just something that works for me. But what I do is I apply a thin layer of this all over my face, avoiding the eye area completely, and go to sleep. Yeah, and then in the morning I wash it off. And no, it's not on my bedding and it's not on my pillowcase or anything, because I apply a really thin layer and it's dry before I jump into bed. And it works for me to help to keep my skin clear. That's something I only do if I really need to, if my skin's playing up and being problematic. But it's something I do and it works overnight, and in the morning my skin's fine. It just looks nice and healthy. This Clinique Liquid Facial Soap I've been using now for over 2 months. I did go for a skin consultation at the Clinique counter and I was recommended this particular soap as a cleanser. However, I do find this cleanser to be rather drying on my skin, so I only tend to use this if I find my skin is being problematic, in a sense that I can feel pimples, spots coming on, and more so when it's the lady time of the month and I find lady spots appearing here. And this really helps because I can feel them coming. I use this soap and they don't even appear, and that does not mean they're developing under the skin and there's a bump or anything. It just prevents from the spot from materializing, and I really like this. But like I said, it is quite drying, so it's something I use if my skin's got a mind of its own. So after I've washed my face, I use the Clinique Clarifying Lotion in number 1. I refer to this as a toner, however it is actually an exfoliator. And what I do is I grab a cotton pad like this and I just dip some onto the cotton pad, swipe it across my cheeks, and then I turn the cotton pad sideways again, rotate it, so there's a new spot where I've just put the clarifying lotion, sorry, and do my other cheek. And I use this on my nose, my upper lip area, my chin, both my cheeks and my forehead. I totally avoid the eye area, and this is fantastic. It has helped, like when I find, like I said, my skin has got a mind of its own. This helps. Even if I don't use my face washes and I just use this, this helps so much with keeping my skin just healthy, I guess. I'm not saying I have perfect skin and it's flawless, just I prefer the term healthy, and it helps to keep my skin looking healthy. I don't think I'll be purchasing the liquid facial soap again, not that it's running out anytime soon, but this I will be. As you can see, I've gone through a fair bit. I will definitely be purchasing it again. And I'm not a fan of using, well, in the past I've not been a fan of using toners. I've never really used toner, but I've discovered this and it works for me, so it's something I'll continue to use. And then I go in and moisturise just with the Olay Complete Care Daily UV Fluid in Sensitive with SPF 15. It's a great moisturiser, it's inexpensive, it moisturises, it's not too gloopy, it's not heavy in texture, it sinks into the skin and you can apply your makeup. So that is my skincare routine. However, I do use face masks that are homemade with products you'd find in your fridge, your cupboards, and I will be filming a video, well a few videos on those, because those particular face masks help with discoloration, hyperpigmentation, acne, and if you have any kind of spots, pimples, it just helps with those skin concerns that some people have. And that is my skincare routine. I don't know if you'd call it a routine. I don't use these cleansers to remove makeup. However, I do still use the Shuamura cleansing oil to remove makeup. It is superb. Sometimes I do use this alone as a cleanser, and I just miss these two totally because it works as a cleanser as well. But like I said, I like to switch my products up because I have a lot of products. I like to use them all, and I don't want my skin to become used to a product and not benefit from the particular product. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything I mentioned, just comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.